Hey rich friends, today I'm going to share with you 10 actionable strategies to save $10,000 fast. Saving a substantial amount of money can seem impossible because you're trying to balance rising cost of everyday expenses like food, transport, subscriptions are going off, you have tariffs coming up to take our money, as well as the temptation to buy things on sale, summer sale, spring sale and all that. All this can make saving feel almost impossible. But if you have the right strategies, the right mindset, and a little bit of motivation, it is very, very possible to save $10,000 very quickly. When I first started my personal finance journey, I was able to save $10,000 within 2 months by applying some of these strategies I'm going to be sharing in this video. If you are new here, I am a CFA Charter holder. I'm a former investment banker, and I spent about 7 years advising millionaires and billionaires on how to make, keep and grow their money. And on this channel, I like to share strategies to help you build wealth. First strategy to save 10K very quickly is to do what I call a no spend challenge. Yes, this is one of the things that I personally applied to my life to help me save 10K very quickly. A no spend challenge is basically you deciding to not spend money for a defined period of time. When I did this, I was on a no spend challenge for 3 weeks out of a month. So I told myself that any expenses that I'm going to make, anything I'm buying on Amazon, any payment I'm making, I must make it within the first week of the month. And then the remaining 3 weeks of the month were no spend weeks for me, so I could buy nothing. So if there's anything that came up that I needed to spend money on, I kept it in my Notion page, I kept it in my Amazon cart, and I waited. Now, the no spend challenge has many benefits. The very first one is delayed gratification. By keeping things in my cart in a list until the next time when I'm about to buy it, I'm able to let go of the instant dopamine hits that we get when we make a purchase. And I'm able to also wait. I give myself distance between when I had the idea to buy the thing and when I eventually buy it. This way, I'm able to determine if my expenses are right. Like, do I really need, another rock? Do I really need, this new dress? That is what the no spend challenge does. And also, the obvious benefit is that it helps you spend less. Yes, if you are like me who spends a lot on surprise expenses, these are things that are not in your budget but came up during the month, the no spend challenge will be very helpful. Not spending for 3 weeks out of a month may seem extreme, but you can apply this to different areas. You can do a no spend on Uber challenge. You can tell yourself that, for the next 1 month, I'm not going to take Ubers. Or you could say no spend on eating out, right? For the next 1 week, 1 month, whatever timeline, I'm not going to spend money on this particular expense. It could be an entire month. It could be half a year. I saw somebody on TikTok who did no spend challenge for a year, and she only spent on like contractual expenses like rent, a debt payment, and everything else. Like, there was no shopping, no personal care, and I was like, wow. So there are levels to this. The faster you want to reach your goal of saving $10,000, the more aggressive challenge that I recommend. The second strategy is to use cash instead of card. This is something that is known as the envelope system. It's actually a budgeting system where in the beginning of the month, you set up your budget, and whatever amount that you have budgeted to spend on a category, you withdraw it in cash and you put it in different envelopes and you only spend cash. Now, this is very powerful because when most people spend money with their card, like you go to a grocery store and you just tap and pay. You want to buy something on Amazon and you just click a button. You don't sometimes see the full impact of the amount of money you just spent. Like, I could sit down here and in 30 minutes, I can spend 5K, I can spend 10K, right? Just by clicking a few things on a page, and I don't feel the weight of how much I have spent. But if I went to a store and I needed to count $5,000 and hand it over to somebody, right? You feel more pain parting ways with cash than you feel with just tapping or just clicking a button to say pay now. So this method, first of all, helps you to connect with your money. Like, $500 is not just a number on a screen. It's actual, hard-earned money. And then every time you have to part way with it, you remind yourself about, is this expense really important? Another benefit is that this can help you build discipline. Because we are in a card-heavy society where most people are expected to pay, virtually, the cost of paying with cash will introduce discipline and thoughtfulness in how you spend money. Number 3 is to leverage technology. There are many personal finance fintech apps that help you save money. There's some apps that automatically round up whatever expense that you've made and then save the differential. So let's say you spent $10.33. These apps will round that up. They'll save the balance of 67 cents for you automatically. So this way, as you spend, you save. Other apps that help you save money are just even personal finance apps that help you track your expenses. In those apps, you can set budgets, and once you get to those budgets or cross it, the app notifies you. And this is helpful because many times if you set your budgets maybe in Excel or on pen and paper, when you're actually spending money and you're hitting, you're maxing out your budget, you are not able, you're not aware. You've already done it. It is only in retrospect that you realize that, oh, I've already spent past my budget. But if you have an app that tells you, hey, you're $50 away from hitting your food budget, you are $100 away from hitting your transport budget, it creates better mindfulness that would help you save money. And there are many apps out there that can do this for you. A little bit of Google research and you'll find, helpful apps. Let me know if you want me to make a video reviewing my best personal finance apps on this channel, and I'm very happy to share some of those apps with you. The fourth way to save 10K is not to save 10K. Yes. When most people think about saving $10,000, it's like, oh my God, that's a massive goal. But that's the wrong approach. The right approach is to break down this goal into smaller goals. So $10,000 is just $833 a month. You can break it down per week. It's going to be around $200 and something. Like if you break down 10K and say, okay, how much is it per month? How much is it per week? And can I afford it? Breaking down the goal helps the goal seem more attainable. Right? It helps you overcome the initial, procrastination or hesitation that you may feel by wanting to save such a huge amount of money. So let's say you get paid every 2 weeks. $10,000 is $833 a month. So every 2 weeks is around 400 and something. You can give yourself a goal to save $500 every 2 weeks. And if you do this before the end of the year, you would have hit your 10K goal. If that goal is too aggressive, you can break it down to 24 months. Like how much you need to save every month to have 10K by the end of next year. That way, the goal is not scary. It's no longer 10K. It's now like $200 or $300, which is the cost of an outfit or the cost of getting a sewing or the cost of getting your nails. You can break it down to a number that looks smaller. The fifth strategy is to start with a basic 10% of your income. I always recommend that everybody should be saving at least 10% of any money that comes into your hand. Just start with having that percentage. I'm going to save 10% of my income. And then if 10% of your income will not get you to 10K in a reasonable period of time, you need to begin to increase that percentage on a gradual level. So this month you save 10%. Next month you save 11% or 12%. The next month you save 14%. Again, this may be too aggressive. Maybe you increase it by 2% every 3 months, or you increase it by 2% every 6 months. But by doing it this way, you are gradually shifting your lifestyle. You are gradually, rewiring your mind to become someone who saves more than they spend. To increase your savings, you need to figure out ways to also decrease your expenses. But this gradual method of increasing your saving can be a slow way to ramp up to a savings rate that will get you to 10K very quickly. The sixth strategy is to treat saving like a bill. The biggest mistake that most people make when it comes to saving is they think about it like it's discretionary. Like, oh, I'll save money if I can afford it. After I've spent on everything else, I will save whatever is left. That is the worst mindset when it comes to saving. If you want to save successfully, you need to think about it like a bill. You need to think about it like something that you have to do, almost like a debt payment. Pay yourself first, and the only way to do this is by automation. You can automate that your saving goes out of your paycheck before it even hits your bank account, or you can automate that your savings comes out of your bank account immediately any money comes in. You could say that any money that comes into my account, take away 10%. This is the only way to prioritize savings, and this is the only way to save $10,000 very quickly. The seventh strategy is to leverage big payouts. So if you get a bonus, put it towards your saving goal. If you get a gift, like someone just gives you money for your birthday, or you get an inheritance, or you get a tax refund, like it's tax refund season, as you get that money, put it towards your saving goal. The 8th way is to increase your income. Yes, if you are an employee, you have a regular 9 to 5, you can potentially have an excess 4 to 6 hours every single day that you can dedicate into a side hustle. And with this side hustle, you can be bringing in any amount of money depending on the kind of side hustle that you choose every single month. Like imagine you have a side hustle that pays you $1,000 a month minimum. That means that in 10 months from your side hustle alone, you can save up 10K. And there are many side hustles. There's so many, from printing to website design to walking dogs to driving Uber in your spare time to renting out your free room to teaching a class. There are so many different side hustles out there that fits different personalities, different time commitments. Like if you begin to do your research, you'll be amazed by the amount of side hustles that are available for most people to try. The 9th way is to manage lifestyle creep. So what you have available to save is the difference between your income and your expense. And for most people, your income is kind of fixed and out of your control, except you own your own business. But if you have like a 9 to 5, your income is fixed and is based on whatever your employer decides to pay you or the market rate for the field that you are working in. But your expenses are within your control. Now, many people, when they get an increase in income, maybe you start doing side hustles or you get a promotion, they also increase their life to match the increase in income. Some people even increase their expenses above, the increase in income that they've received. Now, this is number 1 wealth killer, worst mistake that you can make if you are serious about building wealth. So if you want to save 10K or any amount of money fast, one of the ways is to manage lifestyle creep. And you can do that by even looking at your current life. Where is your money going? Does your money need to go into all those places? Are you prioritizing the right things? What can you cut back on? And watch out for yourself as well in the future as your income rises. One rule that I found to be helpful is whenever you get a pay raise, refuse to increase your expenses for the first 3 months. Continue to spend money at the lower level of income that you were at before for the next 3 to 6 months of that pay raise. What this will do to you is it will make you immune. Like you will forget, it will make you inert, we can think about it that way, to the increase in income, and it will help you normalize that former standard of living, of which if you maintain that, you can put your entire margin into your savings, into your investing goal. The last strategy for saving 10K fast is by tracking your expenses. Just like the last point, if you don't know where your money is going, you cannot accurately save it, you cannot accurately invest it, you cannot manage what you cannot measure, and many people just refuse to, are unable to track their expenses. I have a video here about how I track my expenses and my budget, and I think it will be very helpful for you if you are thinking about saving money very quickly. Let me know which of these strategies you are going to implement. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay rich and build wealth. Bye.